Hello there, Sir from 17 once again. This is my Uncharted 3 brutal difficulty video walkthrough. This is chapter 4, it's called Run to Ground, and we're going to be doing more traversal, and then we're going to be introduced to some combat. And I mentioned in the previous video that my combat at the beginning of this walkthrough is not going to be the best. And you might be thinking, well, you're playing brutal, Chris, shouldn't you have come to this, all prepared and ready to destroy and brutalize the game directly back? And I probably should, but I'm kind of stupid like that. The story of this walkthrough is a pretty short one. I didn't really want to do it because I'd already covered Uncharted 3 on my channel, and Brutal is a fun challenge and it is way more difficult than Crushing, but I just didn't really see the point in coming back, so I wasn't going to do it until I got the itch. And unfortunately, there was a massive block in the road to getting to this project, and that was, of course, having to beat the game on Crushing again to unlock Brutal. And Crushing is not very difficult. I ended up beating it on this game, dying maybe about 4 or 5 times, which might sound preposterous to you, and it sounds preposterous to me when I think about how hard I had it when I first beat that difficulty, when I first made that walkthrough. But I've played a lot of different games since then. I've got a lot better at games, and I understand Uncharted a lot more, and having come off of Brutal on Uncharted 2, you do learn lessons on how to destroy the game and how to really brutalize it back. So Crushing was a joke. And then I unlocked this, and a couple of other projects happened, and I've finally been able to come back to this and get this started. And unfortunately, the last third-person shooter I was playing, as Nathan has a little spaz out there on the pipe, which was wonderful, was Devil's Third, and that is a game on foreign analogues with weird controls that kind of really messed up my third-person shooting. I couldn't aim on that game at all. Even at the end of it, when I got a bit better, I still couldn't aim very well. I felt like an idiot, I felt like somebody who couldn't use his thumbs. And then I came to this game, and when I started recording this, the first few combat sequences, I'm like, Jesus Christ, I can't shoot anymore. I've been playing too many casual games or something. I can't do this analog thing. And that was literally for about one session, and then afterwards it all came back gloriously, as if I was riding a bike, like it always does when it comes to that kind of muscle memory. And by the time we get to the genuinely tough parts of this walkthrough, it's going to be a completely different picture, and my aim is going to be true, and we're going to have no problems. And I've beat the game at this point. I've fully recorded all of this. The walkthrough that you're watching here is going to be more on the combat than anything else. The puzzles are going to be edited together so that the solutions have got no bullshit in them. They're immediately to the point, hopefully. A lot of the unnecessary sequences where nothing's happening, I'm going to trim away. The cutscenes are going to be either removed or amended in certain ways, just to speed on the whole thing together, because if you're coming to this for brutal help, you don't want to know how to do the puzzles. I've got another walkthrough where I can cover the puzzles and I can cover the traversal. This is about dying in 2 bullets, because that's what brutal means. And there are a few facets to this particular thing that need to be explained, along with a couple of handy tricks that are going to give you the advantage in the rest of this campaign. The first is, everything generally kills you in 2 bullets. That's the first thing to understand. The first shot will put you to dying, the second shot will kill you. But this is not a universal truth of every scenario. There are certain pieces of particular balance in the game that will give you a chance. The first one is mounted guns. For some reason, mounted guns have the same damage they had on Crushing. You can get hit by those about 4, 5, maybe 6 or 7 times without being killed. I wouldn't advise you do it, because if you're out in the open where a mounted gun can hit you, there's a dude with a gun who can murder you instantly, because if the mounted gun touches you, he'll probably finish you off. So it's never a good idea to get into that scenario. But the mounted guns will give you leniency, these next people will not. These 2 guys here will kill you synchronously if they both hit you at the same time. This is introducing you right now to some blind fire opportunities and to shooting. So here I go with my silenced pistol, showing you my skills with the sticks there. Didn't look too bad, did it? But it gets worse, trust me. I wasn't having a very good day. But you can pick up the Defender if you want to. I like the silenced pistol. It makes me feel like Jean Reno from The Professional. And I'm going to blind fire this guy and dance with death. You see that? Wow. This game does not mess around when it comes to the AI, and we're going to talk a lot about that, but I need to continue what I was saying, guys. So, another area you're afforded comfort with is shotguns. The shotgun is a one-shot kill at certain distances. At other distances, you can take more than one shot. if the spread is kind, you can take more than 2. It's very rare that this will happen, but it does happen. So if you ever get shot by something and you don't go to that immediate get in cover or you die mode, it's because you probably got hit by the fleeting pellets of a shotgun. It can add to confusion at times, but for the most, it's usually that. Additionally, the horses on the caravan section, the motorcycle guys, they seem to have had their damage amended so they don't do insane damage to you immediately. Everybody else on the trucks, they do brutal damage, but the horse guys, they will kill you in pretty much crushing amount of damage. And that's pretty much the leniency that you're going to be afforded here, and it does raise some very interesting questions when it comes to balance, because the developers have obviously gone in here and said this wouldn't work if it was so we're going to make it this way. Yet somehow those hanging sections that everybody remembers from this game, because they're famous now, are absolutely insane, because if you take more than one shot out of cover, you might as well kiss your ass goodbye. And we're going to have a really big discussion there. Even though personally I didn't suffer too much at that section, I didn't like it, and I didn't like it for some great reasons. But this is not that section, so we need to stay on where we are, because this is a walkthrough where I'm going to be talking about what I'm doing a lot, because what I'm doing is important. Brutal difficulty is a difficulty designed to terrorize you. It's designed to demoralize you. It's designed to make you quit. That's what it does. It's a difficulty that is very unlike a lot of modern difficulties, because it is actually very challenging, and it's not something we're used to anymore unless you play or you restrict yourself on other games. The best thing I could have done, guys, to record this walkthrough is play God Hand, and I'm probably going to cite that game a lot. I apologise if you're tired of hearing me talk about God Hand or you don't know what God Hand is, but look at it like this, guys. If you can play a game that is the hardest game you've ever played, the most punishing, the most ridiculous, the most brutal, when you come to play brutal on Uncharted, it doesn't feel so bad. In fact, it feels like a fucking blessing. And the funny thing about this walkthrough, and I don't want to sound arrogant when I come across this way, but with some of the strategies and some of the things you're going to see in this videos, it wasn't the computer brutalizing me, it was me brutalizing them. And that's the great feeling that I got when I was playing this and when I was capturing this, and hopefully I can convey that confidence to you and you can get through this campaign without any issues. Are you going to die? Damn straight you're going to die. We all die, guys, but you will get there. Perseverance, patience, and a good walkthrough. So thank you for watching, and you take care now.